So that's the Flue up there, but it was a tight alleyway and I could not be bothered to get my ladder. So I basically did some Assassin's Creed climbing and walking to get to the Flue. And that's it right there. So this is going to be another episode of A Day in the Life of a Gas Engineer, but in this one it's going to be an entire walkthrough of a boiler install, a Worcester 2000. So this is the old boiler here that needs to come out, and pretty nice because gas meter is right there, so shouldn't have any issues of gas being undersized. So first things first, just going to test the gas, make sure it's all okay, make sure it's tight before I touch anything so I can compare it after I've done my work. And while I'm waiting for that 2 minutes, I'm just going to start draining the boiler down using the PRV. So on the gas safety check, a bad thing you can find is the flue not being cemented, but on the boiler install, one of the nicest things you can find is the flue's not cemented, because it literally just pulls out. You don't have to smash anything out and it takes 2 seconds. So usually if it's not cemented, it'll come straight out. This one's got a plume cut on it, so I've got to undo those screws. But you can also see the lovely condense run they've done. It's going straight to the floor, so I'll have to fix that as well. It's like a plum, I forgot to remove the inner collar, so instead of the whole flue coming out, I only pulled out the telescopic part, but I'll take it out after. So now I get to do some more lovely parkour to get down. So that's the flue sorted, just got to disconnect these pipes and disconnect the wiring. So here you get to see me being weak, struggling to undo a nut. This one was just seized up, but give it a bit more strength and managed to get it. So that's pretty much all the main pipes disconnected. Just need to cut that PRV and the boiler should be able to come off. And that's the PRV done. So everything was disconnected, but the boiler still isn't coming out, and I've realized it's been siliconed in, which is great. So just get my knife and cut the silicone out. And now you can see it's finally ready to come off the wall. So just put a bit of wood down on the worktop so I don't damage it when taking the boiler off. And that's it, that's off, just have to throw it in the back of the van. So that's the new boiler. Took the bracket template out. I'm going to put it on the wall so I know where to put the boiler on. So I lined up the paper flue hole with the real flue hole, so now I know where the pipes line up and also where to put my screws in. So stab the hole through the paper and mark the wall, so now I know the middle hole of the bracket needs to line up there. So now what I'll do, I've got everything lined up level, just use a pen, draw out all those circles, and then I'll know where to put all the other screw holes. Now I know what some of you are going to say, why do you put so many screws? When I first started out as a gas engineer, I hung a boiler, piped it all up, and it started coming loose from the wall, so I had to redo it all again. So now I put loads of screws so the boiler's never coming off. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but it's always important to cover the gas pipe, just in case any debris falls in it. The water is good to cover, but you can always suck it out with the Hoover, it's not the end of the world. So now it's time to start cutting the pipes down so I can hang the new boiler. At first I thought I'd seen things, but they've used Hepto pipe instead of condensed pipe. I don't know if you're actually allowed to do that, I don't think you are, but yeah. But that's all the pipes got out and they're all in the right order, which is really nice. Flow, hot, gas, cold return, and a nice little filling loop that I'll keep, but I'll probably put new valves on. And that's it, boilers on the wall. So first thing I usually do is sort out the flue. So they're the external internal collars, put them to the side, and we're left with just the flue. Now, one thing I really like about Worcester's flues is they're telescopic, so you don't have to cut them down nowhere near as much as other boilers, because with other boilers they come as one size. So as this one, you can see it slides down, slides up, and once you found the perfect size, you just put a screw in it, a bit of tape, and that's it. So that's the flue through, just need to make it a little bit longer and it should be good. So pulled it out a little bit longer, should be the perfect size now. And just to confirm, put my collar on and perfect. So I just need to take it back out, put my screw in, put the tape in, and then cement it. So that's it, screw and tape is done. So next I'm just removing the screws that clamp the flue down. They're all out, just need to pop the clamp back down and secure it down. So in terms of cementing the flue, I always use my little cement in a tube. If the hole is a little bit too big, I'll just stuff it first with maybe some tissue or cardboard, and then this makes it a lot easier when trying to cement. The nice thing about this stuff as well is it's ready mixed, so you can squirt it into your hand and literally just shove it in to where it needs to go. So clearly I'm not a builder that cements all the time, but not too bad. If you ask me, not too bad at all. And internally, that is the flue done. Time for a quick lunch break. Nice protein meal right there, and onto the outside. So I'm gonna throw away that old plume kit, put a brand new Worcester one on. But before I do that, again, stuff the flue so it's pointing up a little bit more, and just gonna cement around it now. And that's it. That's the cement all done. So for the plume kit, really easy. 2 screws, take them out, put this new elbow in, and that allows you to elbow it up. So usually what I'll do is I'll take out 1 screw and just loosen the other one, so you can kind of just put it in at an angle and just shove that other screw in.
Yeah, through the window.
So that's the old plume kit. That's the route I'm going to take for the new one, and just put a clamp around it, get rid of the old one. Should be all good. So even though the plume's away from all openings into the house, that air brick still looked a bit weird to how close it was to the flue. So I spoke to Worcester and they said it did need to be 15 centimeters away from the air side of the flue. So I thought, great, what am I gonna do now? Do I need to move the flue? What am I gonna do? So I took a look inside, and that extractor fan doesn't actually go to the air vent. So what I thought would be best is maybe cementing up 15 centimeters around that flue. Spoke to a few other engineers. They said they'd probably do the same as well. At first I was just a bit worried because I wanted the house to still have enough ventilation, but that was the end product. If you would have done something different, let me know in the comments below. It would be nice to see someone else's perspective. But let's move on to piping out the boiler. Got all my valves ready: flow, hot, gas, cold, return. And these are a little bit bigger because you can put the internal filling loop for Worcester, but I'm just going to use the filling loop that's already there anyway. So put my washers on and let's start getting these valves on. So that is all the valves on. In terms of the old PRV, that's not going to line up anymore. So I'll probably cut that out, cement up the hole, and just drill a new hole for my new PRV. So usually I would press on my installs, but these tails line up perfect. All I have to do is just cut the pipe down a little bit and solder it on. It'll be much quicker to solder than to try and make something up with 45s or street elbows. So unfortunately on this install I'll be soldering flow and return, and I say unfortunately because press has made me so spoiled. When you start pressing you realise how long and just so much more effort it is to solder. But yeah, be soldering flow and return and pressing the rest. So just gonna mark the pipe where I'm gonna cut it, and yeah, looking back at it now, probably didn't pick the greatest of pens to use, but done the job. It's so depressing watching this, me using wire wool, because with press, you don't have to do any of this, you just press straight on. But is what it is. That's it, pipes clean, inside the fittings clean, fluxed, just need to do the return. Again, got my little pen line there, so know where to cut the return. That's it, clean, flux, and just have to try force it on now. So there's a little bit of play in the return to go down and up. So able to push it down, push it back up, and then I'm gonna solder it. That's it, that's the flow done. And that is the return. So flow, return done, just need to do hot, gas and cold. So if you closely take a look on the flow, there's a little bit of dribble there on the solder, but I always try to do it in places that aren't visible, so even if there is a little bit of dribble, you can't see it anyway. Now for the cold, gonna line up where I need to cut the pipe, cut it and press it. And that is the hot done. 2 more to go. So I've got a special gas fitting for the gas pipe, just gonna pop that on, and again, just gonna be a straight connection. gas is done. So one thing I completely forgot to do was make sure the boiler was level, but the bracket was level. But sometimes with certain brackets, you can put the boiler on to a level bracket, but the boiler still won't be level. It's a bit weird, but luckily this one is fine. So the current cold water pipe is out quite a bit, and I've run out of 15mm 45s. So I thought, what would be easiest if I just switch over the pipes that the filling loop is on. So take the filling loop off that left cold water pipe, put it onto the right, and then the right one will be the filling loop, and the left one will be the new cold water pipe. So since I'm undoing the filling loop to move it over, might as well just put a new one on. So I'm going to change over the filling loop for them as well. And that's it. You can see it lines up so much better now. So should just press that, and then that should be all the main pipes done. Now I'm just setting all the taps so I can turn the water back on, make sure there's no leaks. So far everything on the cold seems good. Just going to unisolate it now and test the whole water pipe. So right here in the cupboard is where the customer wants the magnet to go. So get out the multi-tool, cut out a nice little square so the magnet can fit there. So what's a little bit annoying is the magnet won't fit there. You've got two T's, bottom T and top T for the filling loop. So magnet won't just go on, so I've got to adjust the pipe work a little bit. From the side it looked like that was just a straight connection, and I thought I could just cut that out, but gonna have to adjust that T up. So I've just cut off that top part of the pipe, so now I know where I need to adjust for this filling loop. So cut the pipe on both sides and it lines up perfectly now, but like a plum, drop the washer down, so I'm gonna have to get another one out of my bag, but lines up pretty much perfect now. So I had to press both sides of that straight connection before putting it in, otherwise there'll just be no space to press it. So you'll see when it's in what I'm talking about. So just feeding it through, I'm gonna pop it into the magnet. Then all I should have to do is tighten the compression nut. But that's it, that's all in. Magnet just about has enough space to be able to take it off, clean it, put inhibitor in, whatever you need to do. But that should be all the main pipes on the boiler done now. So next is the wiring, but I'm aware this video has gone on for quite a while already, so I'll do a detailed video on how to wire this probably on Tuesday, how to wire, how to set it all up, how to pair it. But that's the cables at the boiler and also the receiver done. Just give them a pull, make sure they're in tight. after waiting about a minute, thermostat's finally paired up, and that should be ready to go. Drilled my hole for the PRV, that's done. Worcester give you a straight connection push fit to put on for the PRV, which is quite nice. So put that on and just have to put one elbow, go straight out of the wall. So the hole on the left is the old PRV, hole on the right was the old condense, and the one in the middle is the new PRV, and it did come out in a pretty nice place. So for this install, I'm going to use a compression elbow on this PRV. I feel like it just makes the next engineer's life so much easier if it's compression instead of soldered, taking the PRV out. And that's the PRV done. Just needs to be tightened and it's finished. So next we have condense. So condense will come just between the flow and the hot. I was thinking about dropping it down, coming left and going into this waste pipe right here. So just before I do the condense, I thought it'd be a pretty good idea to fill up, make sure I've got no leaks. But you can see I almost turned on the valve without doing that up. Water went absolutely everywhere. So tighten up and make sure we've got no leaks. So far, looks all good. No leaks. Gonna quickly check the magnet, but looks like we're doing good so far. So with this condense, it's a little bit annoying. I can't put it to the left because the flow's in the way, and I can't force it to the right because you see that will probably leak. So got a little trick I'm about to show you. So if I'd put a 45-degree elbow on, it was too much. It made the angle no good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the blowtorch and gently from a distance heat up that pipe and then just bend it to whatever degree I need. So that's it. If you do it from a distance, the pipe won't burn and it will look something like that. Not bad, not bad. So from there, condense, really straightforward. Cut a T, run it along, put a few clips, bring it up, and that's it. Condense done. Just need to put a clip on that cable there for the thermostat, and that should pretty much be the boiler done. But that's it. That should be pretty much everything done. Everything's all put together. Just need to do my safety checks, make sure the boiler's safe to use, and yeah. That's it. Just quickly take the sticker off the thermostat and the job is all done. But if you enjoyed, let me know if you've got any comments, anything you would suggest I do better next time, any thoughts, put in the comments. And yeah, see you in the next video on Tuesday when I show you how to do the thermostat.